Came back in a really good shape and trained him, I think, the first 10 days without any problems. And yeah, then like the lads sometimes he did some individual stuff as well. And anyhow, the load was a bit high and the muscle reacts a bit on his left leg. Yeah, not too bad. A bit of hamstring problem, but I think he will return during the German training camp. So we want to involve him in this week, and I think in the end of the German training camp he will be back in the squad.
Just to clarify, Grant, you don't think will probably feature in Germany? Might be a bit too soon for him.
Yeah, could be. So it's a bit doubtful because we had a scan and it was more like a muscle strain, and the doctors say okay, it will. Could last till after the German training camp. When you speak to Grant, he says, "Boss, I want to be back on the training pitch because I feel 100% fine." And we will see. We don't take any risk for that. He's much too important. If it takes till the German training camp is over, okay, it's not perfect because then you would miss some important games as well. But I think it would be more difficult for a young player. So with Grant Hanley. Yeah, even if it takes a few days longer, it's not a big problem, and I hope he can return soon.
So we know at the start of towards the end of last season, you said with Grant there was the shin splints and you needed to put him on the programme. So that side of it is fine. There's no issues at all with that. What he's been doing with
his chin, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So with the chin, everything is fine. Yeah. It's just more like there was also he was able to train the first 12 days, and then he felt a bit after a tackle a bit in his hamstring, and he says he's comfortable and he normally wanted to play, but the doctor said no, we can't take any risks. So we will see how it works.
Yeah, I think just playing was significant for me. Believe me when I say it's been a long journey, mentally as well as physically, but that was the cream on the cake for me really. Just to be out there playing with the boys again, and even walking into the changing room with the music player, and I've missed that feeling, so I'm delighted to be back, and hopefully now I can push on. You get a buzz out of it, your adrenaline starts, and I haven't had that for a long time. I think when you're on the sidelines, that's the biggest thing you miss. You can immerse yourself as much as you want with the boys, but you miss out on that feeling. But coming in here today, I felt a bit emotional, especially as the goal went in. That was amazing for me, but I got a lot to be thankful for, and hopefully now, like I say, I can kick on and put my injuries behind me. That's the biggest thing for me, getting out there and playing again. The boss has been very good with me, as has the sports science team. Glyn, Reece, Charles, they've all put a lot of hard work in, and as the physios, I think I was driving them absolutely nuts the past 18 months, but like I say, them collected with my fiancée and my family, it's been a collective push, and like I say, that was the cream on the cake for me today.
Word on Kenny McLean tonight. You said you were looking forward to working with him. We saw just that little moment on the free kick. You know, he brings real nice quality to the squad. You must be delighted with him. Good, yeah, of course, the free kick catch your eyes, but in general, it was his performance. I think. Yeah, you could see that he's full of potential. He will have to adapt because he's still a young lad, not too young, not blood young, but in general he has to adapt a bit to the physicality of the championship. Although I think it's not too far away from the Scottish side, and yeah, in general, so I'm pretty pleased that we have him, and yeah, it's good that he is in this first pre-season game with such a good performance, and also to score goals, always good for the self-confidence. And I think, hopefully, we also have a threat in terms of set piece right now with him. It's good. Because you played with Scotland quite deep into the summer, were you not tempted to maybe just ease him in a bit more gently? Because obviously this is only really the second pre-season game. Yes, I was tempted to be honest, but yeah, he was also desperate to come as quick as possible. We thought to give him perhaps a few more days off because it will be a long season. But I think it's quite normal for a new signing that he was desperate to join us as quick as possible. And yes, it's a sign of his attitude and his character. So we will be a bit careful, and he won't play each and every minute. Because he played so long, like you mentioned, during the summer with the national squad, but in general, he's in good shape. I'm not concerned. Well, we know you're never asleep; you're always awake. But yes. Do you think with Jordan coming in, is that probably you for the summer? Do you think in terms of ins? I think we'll still be awake a bit, because in this business you never know what happens, and you always have to be careful. And there could be injuries, there could be interest from other clubs and some players. So for that we always have to watch the market a bit. But in general, we got the feeling. So right now we're in a really good position. So all the topics we want to work on. So to have an option, for example, for Evo, because we just had normally just one proper right fullback in last season. Thank God Harrison Reed was
was pretty good. But right now, yeah, we added some quality on this position. We added some quality in terms of scoring goals in the midfield. So in general, we got a good feeling right now with the squad, and I'm looking forward to work with them.
Just final one for me though, in terms of, you know, you bring in Jordan now, you've brought in Timu, you know, you've probably got 4 strikers there if you include Nelson as well. We know you like to play probably 1/2. Is it possible we might see 1 or 2 move on in that area?
You can't have enough quality strikers on this level, and today, for example, we played with all 3 strikers played. We start with 2 strikers, so it's always an option. For example, we played today in the first half 3-5-2. It's always good to have options, and yeah, I'm not too concerned to have too many quality.
Good man.
Good.
Cheers, Daniel. Thanks, mate.